Okay, welcome guys, Ghost of Yotei. So this video is going to be a quick glance of the accessibility features and all of the settings and a setup of the game. And then the next video will be part one of my playthrough. I do tend to not really finish playthroughs on this series, but PlayStation games do have a very special place in my heart, so I will do my very best to finish this game on this channel, at least do all the main story quests anyway. I'll probably play it in my own time quite a lot because I loved Ghost of Tsushima, I platinumed it, and yeah, I've been waiting for this game for ages. So I basically all I did was launch the game, came up with all my deluxe edition bonuses and pre-order bonuses, and then the very next page is this, which is choose difficulty. So the difficulty options are as follows. I'm not really going to explain what they mean because they're sort of self-explanatory. Like casual is just story mode, extremely easy, and there's easy, which is harder than casual, but still easy. Medium, I think, is how the game is sort of meant to be played, like um, for most people. Then there's hard, and then there's lethal. So there's 4 difficulty options. But then if you go right again, this comes up, and this is, I believe, where you can customize the difficulty more precisely to your tastes. So you've got things like enemy aggression, you've got timing windows, you've got near enemy damage, stealth, and hero bonus perks. Where's that? Let me. There's nothing that explains what hero bonus perks is. That's the only one that's not really explained. Okay, well, I guess I'll leave that as it is. But so for me, what I struggle with the game most is not the combat, the enemy aggression. Timing windows. Timing windows we can put to. Timing windows we'll put to easy, but we'll keep the enemy aggression to medium. Uh, da, 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 da. Enemy damage we'll keep that at medium. Stealth. So stealth is the thing I struggle with most in this game. Sneaking around, obviously, because of my low vision, I'm not able to see where the players are as well as people who have sight. So it's a lot better if I do it on easy. That way they'll find it harder to spot me. Essentially what I'm doing is in stealth is I'm making the guys that I'm stealth killing low vision as well. So kind of evening the playing field. And then there's hero bonus. So I have no idea what hero bonus means, so it's going to leave that as is. I don't want to start the story right now, so is there any more settings we can go? Select an experience. Right, hang on. English dialogue with English UK subtitles. Samurai cinema, Japanese dialogue with English UK subtitles. Kurosawa mode. That's the where it goes all black and white, samurai style. Standard subtitled. We'll just keep it as standard. Actually, no, we'll keep subtitles on for the playthrough. English with English subtitles. Okay, here we are at the main settings. I had to play the first bit of the game, the opening bit, to find the settings. I'm not sure if that's a thing or if I did something wrong. I skipped straight to it or something. But yeah, let's go through the settings bit by bit. I'm going to use the magnifier here because the background is white with black text, which I find really hard to read. Controls, blah blah blah. You know what? Let's start with accessibility because this is a channel all about low vision and blind accessibility. So, first things first, subtitle backdrop. Do we need this? I'm going to say no, we don't need it because I don't read subtitles. Subtitle names. That's already on. Subtitle text color. Okay, this is all all large text. Put that on. Does that make a difference, or is that? I think that's just for the subtitles. We'll leave the large text on for the subtitles. Enhanced combat cues. So this was, I think this was in Ghost of Tsushima as well. That makes when you got to parry the glint attacks or dodge the dodge attacks, the like red ones, it makes them bigger and easier to see. So we'll definitely have that on. Enhanced wind visibility, yes please. That speaks for itself. The guiding winds are easier to see. Wind gust camera. Now this one is probably the most exciting feature that I've been looking forward for this game, and I wish was in Ghost of Tsushima. When the guiding winds, when you press, I think you swipe up on the touchpad to show the guiding winds, and it points you in a direction. In Ghost of Tsushima, the winds just used to like go in a direction. You used to have to turn the camera towards where the winds are blowing. But with this on, which I'm definitely going to put on, when you swipe up and the winds blow, it will turn the camera in the direction of where the wind is blowing. Ergo, it will point you in the direction of your objective or whatever marker you have on there. So it's basically a nav assist. Maybe rudimentary, maybe quite intuitive. We will test it out as we play. But I'm really happy this is here. Next one, persistent center dots. Cool, I do not need this in the slightest. Rapid button press. Default, simplified. We'll go for simplified. Zenkai shot power display. So I've seen this online. Did that say Zenkai? No, it's Zeni Haiki. Basically, there's a coin mini game in this game where you like have to flip coins and get them a certain distance on a table. With this on, you're able to aim the coin a lot more precisely because it shows exactly where the coin's going to land. It's quite good for, well, I don't know actually, because apparently it's all done with haptics as well. So this might be for people with motor disabilities, but I'm going to put it on as well just for me, just to see how it works, and then I'll decide if I need it or not when I actually get onto the parts where I'm playing the game, playing the coin game. Forging controls. Motion sense. Simplified or motion sense. I'll stick with the motion sense function because I don't know what that is yet. It seems like another mini game. If I can't do it, obviously I will switch to the simplified, which just sounds like, yeah, makes it a lot easier to do. Campfire controls. Simplified or microphone. Oh, okay, so this is, you need to blow into the microphone. I'm going to leave this with the microphone because that sounds fun. But if it's a bit annoying, I'll switch to the simplified mode, which I'm assuming it will substitute it for a button. Next is simplified button holds. Simplified button holds. Let's read what this says. When turned on, certain hold prompts can be completed with a single button press. Oh, okay. I'll leave that off for now because I don't really need to mess with that for my own disability requirements. Anyway, aim assist, definitely want that on. 100% want that on. And the aim assist on Ghost of Tsushima was really, really good, especially with the bow. It literally just locked on. So if it's the same, then yeah, amazing. Projectile indicator, we'll leave that on as well, so that's if an arrow's flying at you from off the screen, there'll be a big indicator to let you know which direction it's coming from. More for hearing impaired, but it can be useful for any other disability as well. Dark flashes for blind bombs. So this is when they obviously fire flashbangs and the screen flashes white. If you want, you can have it flash dark instead. I'm going to put this on because my eyes are very sensitive to light. I've got photophobia, so this screen right now with the white background is not too bad, but it's still hurting my eyes. So I prefer dark modes all the time, and I prefer, like, if there was an option to make this whole menu dark with a white writing, that would be amazing. But yeah, anyway. Off-screen detection indicator. Default with HUD indicators. Minimal, none. We'll leave that at default. Okay, that was all the accessibility settings. If that's all you guys tuned in for, thanks for watching. We're going to go through all of the other settings now and just calibrate the game exactly to how I want it. I'm just going to talk through what I find. Okay, so let's go from the top. Controls. And then over here it's got, I'm going to use the magnifier again. Controller scheme, default or one left hand. Oh, sorry, left-handed or right-handed. So if you want to play it with one hand. Melee alternate. What's the melee alternate? So down. Okay, I'm just going to leave it standard because I think standard is the Ghost of Tsushima controls. And we'll see. Yeah. I'll leave it standard because that's the same controls as for Ghost of Tsushima, which was fine for me. But it's good to see that they've got different, yeah. Invert camera horizontal, I don't need any of that. Invert camera vertical, I don't need that. Camera speed. I haven't actually seen a game on PlayStation that does camera speed. Usually it's PC and that's like related to like mouse speed. Camera speed. Fast, default. I mean, I can play with this, I guess. What's cinematic? Do I want cinematic? You know what, I'm going to leave it default and then we can play around with it in our own time. Camera wobble intensity. I'm just going to leave that to normal. Stick drift compensation. I don't have stick drift, but it's good that it's there. Controller orientation. Default, left, right. Upside down. I've never heard of someone use a controller upside down. That's cool, I guess. Swap left and right sticks. Motion sensor functionality. Motion sensor functionality off. I don't really want the motion sensor. Vibration intensity. And then there's trigger effect intensity. Strong, subtle, off. We'll leave that strong. I like the good adaptive triggers. And then there's reset to default. So that's the controls. Let's go to the next thing. Gameplay. Difficulty. We've already gone through difficulty. Yeah, so we've already gone through all of these. There's like player aggression, enemy aggression, all of that stuff. Target lock. Okay. I'm going to enable this because I'll tell you what it's good for. When you're surrounded by enemies and stuff, it's unnecessary really because the game sort of target locks anyway, and your attacks like will just magnetize to the nearest guy. But when there's a few stragglers, so when in Ghost of Tsushima, what I used to use it for, I used to clear a camp completely, and then there used to be like one archer firing at me from like far away, or just one guy that I was trying to find. So I would walk around and occasionally press up, and then it would lock onto the archer, and he'd be like on the other side of the compound, and then I'd have him in sight, so I wouldn't lose him. And it would be almost use like a waypoint to go hunt down this last archer, or like so I could see him, and then I could use the arrow, the aim assist to like fire at him and kill him. So I do really like this lock on mode, but not. I don't use it in the conventional way. For example, like in the Dark Souls, where lock on you just use it all the time, unless you're fighting like one of those giant bosses where it's just annoying. But yeah, so we shall leave that on, and we shall move to the next. Photo mode. Photo mode on, that's fine. Photo mode archery. Photo mode archery. Press right to access photo mode while aiming and about to fire. Okay, yeah, we'll have that on, why not? Okay, melee camera. Default, classic, default, classic. We'll go default. I think classic will be like the Ghost of Tsushima camera. I want to see the difference and then see if I like it, and then I can move back. Last man camera. Reduced motion, disabled. Default. Last man camera. Okay. Dual camera. Default, reduced action. Okay, we'll leave all these to default. Training reminders. Is that just like hints and stuff? Training tips will occasionally. Gameplay reminders. Yeah. Okay. Golden birds. Is that when you like follow the bird to the destination and stuff? Enable the golden bird as a guide that leads to places of interest. Why would they have that disableable? Maybe if people want the game to be a bit more like, oh, I just want to find it on my own. Okay, so wolf appearances on. That sounds fucking badass. Okay. Quick camp. Enabled, disabled. We'll leave that as enabled. Reset to defaults. Okay. Let's go to the next one. Audio. What did I do? Okay. Okay, audio output just seems grayed out. I don't know why. Okay. Midnight mode off. I've got my earphones in anyway. Audio language. English. Text language. English. Okay, and then you can set all of the different audio levels. So there's dialogue volume, we'll keep that to 100. You know what, music volume, we'll have it to 60. SFX volume, we'll have that 90. Cutscene volume, we'll keep that to 100. This is one of the only games these days where I would not skip any cutscenes, because I think I'm getting to that age where I just want to play like short, quick games. But when it comes to a game like Ghost of Tsushima or Ghost of Yotei, rather, like I want to experience the whole game because I've been looking forward to this game for ages. Anyway, display. Okay, there's brightness. And then HDR. So I turn HDR off. My TV is HDR capable. I don't know if it shows in stream on the videos. Let me know, by the way, in the comments if you can tell the HDR is off or if it's just when it's uploaded on YouTube. The reason I turn HDR off again is because of my photophobia. I'm really sensitive to light, and I sit really close to my screen, and when HDR is on, it's so bright it gives me headaches. So I have to turn that off. Contrast, default, dramatic. Yeah, we'll keep that as dramatic. Why not? Graphics mode. Here we go. Quality, performance, ray tracing Pro. That's the one I want because I've got a PS5 Pro. Motion blur off. Kurosawa mode. Miike mode. Is this the one that people were telling me to have on all the time? Inspired by the films of blah 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 blah. Adds more mud, more blood, and tied to cinematic camera. Yeah, this is the one that people said to leave on because it just makes it more bloodier and stuff like that. Watanabe mode. That's the one with the lo-fi, isn't it? The lo-fi music. I don't really mess with that. I can't lie. Enemy status meter on. We'll leave that on then. HUD style. There's standard and there's expert. We'll leave standard. Show mask in cutscenes. Do I want to show mask in cutscenes? No, you know what? We'll show Atsu's face in cutscenes. Why not? Okay, show on back. Do last used weapon. Last melee weapon only. None. Shamisen? Last used. We'll do last used. Why not? Show blood, obviously on. Show dismemberment. Yes, please. Okay. I believe. Restart the last checkpoint. Save game. Exit. Yeah, I believe that's everything for the settings, guys. So thanks so much for watching, and stay tuned on this channel for a full playthrough of Ghost of Yotei. I'm so excited for this game. Yeah. Peace, guys.